Can you take me through the day you bowled 3 balls in a first-class game?
Oh, yeah. So it was a strange day.
And they've got their very, very fast left arm fast bowler, fast left arm on the fast pitch with the bouncy and everything else. So Dirk Nannes comes in to bowl very, very fast, and instead he bowls a ball that goes basically past Luke Pommerbatch's nipples. Right?
Well, then there you have it, right? It cost them.
But God, it was terrible at the time.
Everything I've told you does this qualify as stupid cricket.
But now you look back, I'm really glad it happened.
Beautiful, we've done one.
Wear your helmets, kids.
Yeah.
Welcome to the first ever episode of Stupid Cricket, Behram. Thank you for being my co-host on this episode. I'm going to start with this. What do you know about Dirk Nannes?
Dirk Nannes played for the Netherlands.
Yes.
And then played for Australia. And he came from money.
Yeah, money issue. He was a snowboarder.
Okay.
Yeah, and a very late starter to cricket. All these things are kind of a little bit important. Plus, I'll tell you one great story about Dirk Nannes. I saw him play in a Sheffield Shield game once, and it might have been a List A game, whatever it was, and he tried to take a catch at the MCG, and it hit his chest, and it went all the way around the other side of the MCG. I don't know how they didn't run 9. All right, so hasn't played a lot of cricket when he's young, but is incredibly fast, left arm, and everything else. Tell me what you know about the whacker wicket.
It bounces a lot. That's pretty much all I know about it. It's also gone because now we have the Optus Stadium in Perth, unfortunately.
But very fast. So you would want a very fast left-arm bowler at the whacker, would you say?
Pretty much.
Okay.
So we're at the whacker, and it was fast, bouncy. Everyone's saying, geez, I haven't seen this for years. One of those times where it's shiny, high gloss finish. Bloody hell, this is going to be quick.
That's what they see, and they've got their very, very fast left-arm fast bowler, fast left arm on the fast pitch with the bouncy and everything else. That would seem like a good match, would it not?
It seems like a match made in heaven.
Okay, so we have the whacker, we have a left-arm fast bowler, and Victoria are bowling first in this first-class game, right? So a guy called Damien Wright bowls the first over, bowls a very good over. I think Victoria dropped the catch. It's not important, but something happened. Then Dirk Nannes is bowling in his over, and he looks up and he realizes how fast the wicket is, because remember, he's not like a cricket expert. He's just a guy who sort of ended up in this position.
This is going to be fast, and you could see that the slipboard were miles back. I thought, here I am, like this is going to be my best time ever.
The batter is Shaun Marsh. Would you say that Shaun Marsh is a good cricketer?
I mean, back in the day, what year are we talking about?
That's a very good question. This was like around 2008, 2009, I think.
I'd take Shaun Marsh in 2008, 2009, right? Not too long after his breakthrough IPL season.
Yep. First ball, Dirk Nannes comes in. And remember, the pitch is hard and shiny and fast.
Came on the bowl, first ball, knee-high full toss, outside off, smoke to the gully. Damien Wright, diving like this, takes an absolute hanger. And Shaun Marsh is out, 1 for none off 1 ball.
So Dirk Nannes has bowled 1 ball and taken a wicket. And you can imagine what the Victorians are thinking at this point.
Yeah, everyone's jumped around. Oh, what a crap ball, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they blew it off on a full toss. So that's quite ridiculous.
So, first drop comes in, Luke Pommerbatch. Do you remember much about Luke Pommerbatch?
I do remember him, actually.
Yeah, big dude, like hit the ball really hard. Again, Victoria probably want to get at him as early as possible. Dirk Nannes on a bit of a high. Knows he got a lucky wicket, let's be honest. But he's on a bit of a high and he thinks to himself, here I go, I'm bowling a Luke Pommerbatch. I'll give myself a go.
Next ball, and in my mind at this stage, I'm bowling great length, top of off, trying to get a catch in the slips. And the next ball comes, it's Luke Pommerbatch, and it goes.
So Dirk Nannes comes in to bowl very, very fast. And instead he bowls a ball that goes basically past Luke Pommerbatch's nipples, right? It just goes flying past Luke Pommerbatch. It doesn't bounce at all. Matthew Wade is trying to keep it, and it lands like just in front of Matthew Wade. Remember, we said he's back like a mile, right? And still the ball almost makes him on the full. Dirk Nannes is like, oh, that one got away. Sorry, everyone. He starts to walk back to his mark. The umpire warns him, right?
And so I get a no ball, and they come out and tell me, Cam White knows that I don't know much about cricket. So he came from first slip, ran up to me, said, now you understand what happens here. The umpire just said it as well.
What happens when you get warned twice? What happens when you bowl 2 head-high full tosses in a first-class game?
You're gone.
Right.
Yeah, you get taken off, right?
Do you understand what happens? if you do that again, you bowl a full toss above the waist again, you're off for the innings. You can't bowl again in the innings.
Just make sure you hit the pitch. So don't worry about a normal length ball here. Bowl a bouncer. Get yourself into it. Obviously, you bowl 2 full tosses to start with. Just go in and bowl a bouncer. And Dirk Nannes, big left-arm fast bowler's like, I can bowl a bouncer. That's easy.
Surely.
So Nannes comes in to bowl this bouncer.
Back to the end of my mark, came in, and this one went straight past the eye.
And it almost goes on the full to Matthew Wade. When I asked Dirk Nannes, he said,
half volley, might have been York Wade on the circle, this one. And so this one I've missed by 40-something metres.
Can you even imagine how it is possible for a fast bowler to miss their length by that much?
Yeah, well, clearly it's possible for Dirk Nannes, right? Big, strong guy.
So, we have now had 7 legal deliveries in this game. Sean Marsh is out.
Yeah.
And Dirk Nannes can no longer bowl in this game.
No ball out of the attack. And it wasn't as though they weren't dangerous balls. They were dangerous. Like, he did well to get out of the way. And so I grabbed my hat, went straight out to mid-off, and said, sorry, Cam, I can't explain what happened there.
Now, he was brought to the whacker to bowl very fast and hit the pitch. He did not hit the pitch once in 3 balls at all. And the umpires have to say, I'm sorry, you're bowling really, really fast. You cannot be bowling anymore. And they have to pull him out of the attack. So Dirk Nannes is now gone and Victoria have to play the game. It ends up being a really cracking game and everything else. And Marcus North made a great 100. Chris Rogers made, I think, a couple of hundreds. Dirk Nannes really enjoyed watching a lot of it, not from the bowler's crease, and he eventually bowled in the second innings, and it wasn't that good.
What was the result? Did Victoria win?
Victoria did win that game.
Well, then there you have it, right? It cost them.
Well, what Dirk said was, in many ways, that he set off that victory with that incredible bowling spell to begin with. Would you like to know what his figures were?
Well, he got a wicket.
Yep.
And then 3 runs?
2 runs.
2 runs, 1 ball, 1 wicket. Beautiful.
And it's good trivia. And you say, I got 1 for 2 off 1 ball. No one actually, people who only know cricket a little bit don't actually understand how that can happen.
Maybe the greatest bowling figures in the history of cricket, right?
Probably.
I come in, I bowl one ball, I take a wicket, then I bowl 2 more no balls, and then I hit the pub for the rest of the afternoon.
Yeah.
Dirk Nannes absolutely nailed that from beginning to end.
And then he made it to Australia's T20 World Cup squad as well.
The funny thing about that is, you're right, that was before. I don't think he played for the Netherlands at that point. So he plays for the Netherlands like a few months later, maybe.
Yeah.
He then plays for Australia. He then goes into the IPL. Like, he has a great career after that point. It shows you how raw he was as a bowler.
Yeah.
Can you imagine what it must have been like facing him in the nets if he didn't know what he was doing in a game?
I mean, I can't imagine him facing in the net or myself facing him in the nets if I'm 5 feet tall, because then I might die,
Well,
right?
actually, if you're 5 feet tall, some of these balls might have gone over your head.
Yeah. I'm 6 feet tall and I'd probably be crapping my pants. But it's funny how Sean Marsh went on to play that Cape Town test after this and did well, right? Because he was prepared by Dirk Nannes' full toss. It all makes sense now.
I did try and get Wright Thompson, the American writer from ESPN, to face Dirk Nannes in the nets. And Dirk Nannes was up for it, but Cricket Australia wouldn't allow it. And at the time I was like, that's a bit soft. Come on, he's not going to bowl at full pace.
He did become a broadcaster too, right?
Yeah, Dirk Nannes is a commentator. He talks about this story. He reckons he gets tweeted about it like every couple of months someone brings it up with him. But yeah, I tried to get him to bowl to Wright Thompson in the nets, and Cricket Australia were like, no. And at the time I was like, come on, guys. This would be great. Like, you've got this big writer, you've got your big fast bowler going at him, he'll understand it a little bit better. Then later I did think, wait a minute, if Dirk Nannes is not sure he could hit a pitch and he can miss his length by 40 metres, it is possible that he might have killed Wright Thompson.
Yeah.
So I might have actually, I was in Sri Lanka. I don't know what the laws on assisted homicide are there, but I might have been involved. My main question to you is, everything I've told you, does this qualify as stupid cricket?
I think it makes for a fantastic debut episode for Stupid Cricket. By the way, Jarrod has been telling me about this little mini-series for quite a while, and he's told me nothing about the contents of what we're about to discuss, so everything is going to be supernatural, and I love this one.
Was it stupid?
It was stupid enough to make the show.
Everyone they were all pissing themselves. Yeah, I had to buy them all beers, which is fair enough. But God, it was terrible at the time, but now you look back, I'm really glad it happened, because it's a bloody good. It's a great yarn.